Wave 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
Now, we definitely needed that heat today.
We did,
because
yes.
it was very cool, but not so much this week.
No, and I don't necessarily think we'll have to turn the air conditioner back on, but if you don't like it too warm, then you might. But I think most of us will actually enjoy not having to use either a little bit later on this week. So we are kind of trending back in a more desirable direction, I think, for a lot of us. Let's kind of talk about that warming trend the rest of the week. Keep in mind our average highs this time of year are steadily going down. And at this point in the month of November, that number is 66 in and around the greater Huntsville area. And of course, that continues to drop as we head into the winter season. Well, we're going to be back around that number here the next couple days. After a chilly start in the morning, 65 on your Wednesday afternoon, 67 on Thursday, and then there's your 70-degree weather. And again, maybe not quite warm enough that you're going to have to flip the AC back on, but it will be a bit more pleasant outdoors, to say the least, than what we've had so far this week. That warmer trend will continue into next week as well. Temperature outlook from the 17th through the 21st indicating warmer than average will be a pretty good bet, which means we can expect to stay mostly in that mid to upper 60-degree range. I don't think we'll be much warmer than that next week because rain is going to come back into the picture, and that will limit our potential to see those warmer 70-degree numbers like we'll have at the end of this week. Let's kind of talk about that. Again, next week, we get back to an unsettled pattern. There's likely going to be one or more rounds of rain that will be coming through the area, starting probably around Tuesday, Wednesday time frame, and maybe continuing through the end of the week. We're fine-tuning the details, which right now are a little murky, but the overall pattern does look more unsettled. But again, as I mentioned, we will be staying mild despite that. There's your precip outlook for the 17th through the 21st. Again, showing the green here across the southeast, indicating a leaning towards wetter than average conditions for this time of year. Right now, though, there is nothing precip-wise that we're tracking on 31 Triple Doppler. Not expecting anything tonight, not with clear skies out there. That's made for good aurora viewing conditions. Again, there's a little bit of a lull right now, but may yet still see a little more color there looking off to the north before the night is out. We head into tomorrow morning. We wake up to those clear skies. Lunchtime tomorrow looking primarily sunny. And for tomorrow afternoon, we'll keep it that way, mainly sunny skies on the way for your Wednesday afternoon. We head into Thursday morning, might have a couple patches of fog out there, and then we will pick up a few clouds by Thursday afternoon. But notice no rain showing back up yet, and we'll likely get through the weekend for most of the area before we start to see any sort of wet weather back in the area. Here's your lows tonight. Again, not as cold as last night when we set a record. 30 in Fort Payne will likely be the lowest temperature, and the warmest readings out towards the Shoals, where we'll be a little closer to that 40-degree mark in the morning. We'll take you through the day tomorrow, and a nice warm-up expected. Breeze out of the west and the southwest around 10 miles per hour, helping to fuel those milder temperatures. Climbing into the low 60s by the lunch hour, and we will spend much of tomorrow afternoon in the mid to perhaps some upper 60s, especially out towards the Shoals. Here's your Wave 31 Storm Tracker 10-day forecast. 67 Thursday, just a few more clouds. But in general, we'll have sunshine as we close out the week, head into the weekend with those temperatures in the low 70s. Mornings will stay a little chilly in the 40s, but hey, that's better than the low 20s that we woke up to this morning any day of the week. We take you into the end of the weekend. We got that low-end shower chance Sunday. Wouldn't sweat that too much. Even Monday, I don't think there'll be much in the way of rainfall to track. But by Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday time frame, those rain chances start to go back up. Right now, we're just kind of broad brushing them until we get a little bit more decisiveness as to what days will be wettest, and we can kind of time things out with the placement of the rainfall in a little bit more detail. But certainly plan on that for next week. Temperature-wise, you know, not bad. 50s in the morning, 60s in the afternoon. At least we're not seeing that next big cold snap on the horizon.
And we are so grateful for that.
We are, yeah. I mean, what we woke up to this morning in the low 20s, it's a little early for that. If it was January, it'd be a different story, but not in November.
Exactly.
We don't need that, no.
I'm right there with you. Well, thank you so much, Jeff.